Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Rupaul's Dragrace Allstars, Season 9, Episode 5 and 6. And we are definitely here to give you a little something, something. And my guest host is Psychic Erin. Hey, girl. How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for having me. How you doing? You staying cool?
Well. Yeah, girl. The AC is pumping. I'm drinking my water, just trying to be healthy, enjoying this day, I love summer. I love it. I love it. I love it. Just trying to keep up high hopes and just keep a smile on my face because I love summer no matter what else is going on. I love, love, love summer and I can't wait for it to just continue. I love the heat. I love it. Did I say I love summer?
Summer's your season. Summer is your season.
Yes.
Birthday month.
Exactly. It's my birthday month. I'm sharing it with Black Music Month. And of course, the letter folks of all the letters that's represented is y'all's month. Yay, yay, yay. Get your party on, get your groove on, all the party.
Celebration. That's the month to celebrate.
I know that's right.
Cancers and queers.
Hey. And I think we're Gemini too, right? A little Gemini.
Yes, you're right. We are still in Gemini season.
Yes. For another week, I think.
Yeah.
Gemini.
But I prefer, Geminis can be very charming, but I prefer Cancers to Geminis as far as June birthdays go because I am a Capricorn and Capricorn is the exact opposite of Cancer. Capricorn is the father of the zodiac and Cancer is the mother of the zodiac. So the two signs like each other well and they understand each other.
I know that's right.
Little psychic info for you before we get into the drag.
I know that's right, y'all. Get into it. Listen.
Right? This is why we're friends because
I know that's
it's
right.
a good balance.
You know so well. Now this episode's 5 and 6. How do they say? Gave me all that I needed to get. Is that how to go? I'm trying to keep up with the lingo.
I believe it,
you know. To give, I guess, whatever it's called. I got my life. There it is. I got my life, especially episode 6. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, so when episode 5 started off, they had a competition where they would pair up and talk about and give us some real estate options and with different themes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the first one was Nina West and Chanel. Who was that?
Yes, it was. Or as they said, Mary Todd Lincoln and
look at these.
And Mrs. Las Vegas.
Child, they had some horrific Halloween theme. You don't really want to stay there, but it was funny. These ladies had me rolling. Next, we had Got Mick and George's.
Yep.
Where they had given us a little bit of the Frozen.
The Frozen Tundra.
Right. I'm like, what is going on? That was real crazy. Then we had the hillbilly
Texas, I think, right? Something like that, like in a ghost town, mining something.
Girl, I was like, what is going on with Plastic Tiara and Roxy?
Yes.
It was just real something. It was some real country, rural, like child missing teeth. That they were giving all the stereotypes. I think they had a little incest going on. If you like to stay with your brother's cousin's father's mother and y'all related or something they was talking about, I'm like, oh my God, they had it going on. I'm like, I don't want to stay there. But then this was weird.
This was a different flavor of redneck in
Yeah,
the Florida swamp.
child. Now these are the most ghettoest two of the bunch of this season, which was funny that they were paired up. They were giving you ghetto slash uh backwoods slash Miss Vanjie is just hilarious. She is.
You know, I do agree with the crew. I mean, are we getting into these all right now? Or are we just like summing up who did what?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. I think they were funnier in rehearsal than they ended up being
Mm-hmm.
on camera. And I thought that was a bummer because the two of them together, like, I thought I had high hopes for. They're all right.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I felt.
The ladies was funny.
Yeah.
That was pretty cute. They all did a good job. No one messed up. No one
No,
flubbed
yeah.
anything. And like we saw on the regular Drag Race, it's like, oh, they did it real good. And then we had some looks come through. Now you reminded me it was daytime into night. Say it again, please. Remind me.
It was a daytime into nighttime reveal.
There you
So
go.
it was a reveal, but the point wasn't to do like as many as you could or whatever. It was more to execute a day to night look.
Right. Now the outfit is cute, but I would have liked more change in just revealing a different bottom. You know, I don't know. Maybe would have been kind of cute though. Had that arm sleeve, she carried it out in her hand as maybe a purse or something, and as she revealed the skirt difference, she would have put it, wrapped up her arm and made it, just do something different than just revealing a different longer skirt.
Yeah, I thought a lot of them like underwhelmed me a little bit with their reveal. It was not very imaginative.
Yeah.
Because I thought, like, to your point, a day to night reveal, I would love to see a little bit more thought into how the transition could support that.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Because I don't think anybody in
So
daytime is gonna wear that sleeve.
yeah, I mean, sometimes I wonder with some of the choices that they came with where I was like, was this supposed to be for a different runway or like did you guys change the point? Sometimes they slightly change the name, which I'll bring up in season 6, but episode 6, but of the runway, right? Where they'll tell them that it's like, you know, polar freeze and then they'll change the name of the runway to like Ice Queen. Do you know what I mean? So that
Oh,
sometimes
okay.
they just look bizarre. They don't look like they quite executed what they were asked, but that's actually production.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that this happened here, but I don't know. Like I just was a little underwhelmed with this runway period,
Yeah, I was a little disappointed with Aunt Jerry. I would have liked, like I said, it was like, she cute, but
yeah.
yeah. Then we got Miss Vanjie looking great, giving us the what's her name?
Pretty Woman, Julia Roberts,
the Pretty Woman thing where she
Vivian.
Thank you. So this is Vivian.
Yes, there we
as
go.
she's walking through through the stores, getting all of her things and using
Chanel, big
for a credit
mistake.
card. Exactly. Then that night, that beautiful look. I mean, if this isn't the look of all looks, not just Angeria, but that whole Pretty Woman outfit, it
Yeah.
was it kind of reminds me of the old glamour. What was that old black and white movie? Was it Breakfast at Tiffany's? Somebody had on something very popular back then. It could have been whoever played that part, or maybe Marilyn Monroe, or somebody in that era had on something that everybody imitates. I think
It
it's
is Breakfast at Tiffany's Audrey Hepburn, I think what you're
yeah,
referring to. Yeah.
just a
Mm-hmm.
beautiful, classy look. That's and this is
Mm-hmm.
it. This is
No,
it. She did
this
not
was
disappoint.
fun. I think that this was an excellent day to night look. And,
Mhm.
the literal reference to it, all of it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. And some of her runways have really kind of stunk. So I was
Yeah,
happy to see it. And such a pretty Julia with the hair. Go,
I
baby.
mean, the hair is flawless,
Yeah. No, this was Julia. She embodied Pretty Woman.
flawless,
Yep.
flawless. Then got milk, not milk, but got milk.
We got
Where
Mick. Yep.
she came out in her suit reveal, and this is the back where it was a woman's lingerie, daytime suit, nighttime lingerie. Yeah, baby.
Mm-hmm. Party in the back.
And if you couldn't really see it, there you go.
Yeah, right? Come on now. I thought this was clever.
Damn.
I thought this was clever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad to see somebody changed it up. Do you know what I mean? To have a more clever reveal.
Yeah,
Um, so it was good.
definitely a different change versus just draping down or whatever.
Yeah, Mick just does a solid runaway. Even when I'm not blown away by the choice, like I can't
Mhm,
deny that Mick just does a solid runway, if not phenomenal. Do you know what I mean?
for sure.
Yeah.
Then we got Georges.
Georges.
It was the most underwhelming, but it was still cute.
That's Georgia's like period with these runways, except for next episode where I finally was really like loving one of Georgia's
Okay,
runways.
I think
Yeah,
everybody.
I don't want to spoil it, but like this was like what is happening right now?
It was
Like
solid
with the
gold.
purse and the unroll, like this was not an all-star level runway.
No, it should have been. She should have been more covered up. Maybe a different style of dress so that it can be
Or maybe not white. I
revealed.
mean, like, or maybe make it even more clever. Like, it was you know, this reminded me way too much of Morphine's towel reveal. Remember that into the bathing suit?
No, I don't remember the towel and the bathing suit.
There,
Girl,
well, that was they had to do a reveal runway, and Morphine was wrapped up in a towel with like a towel on her head, and then she pulled it off and had a bathing suit under. And they didn't like it on that episode. They didn't think it was enough either. On
I
that,
must have went to the bathroom or something because I don't even remember that part.
listen, we've watched you're just getting into it, but you've already watched a lot of drag. It's sometimes hard to recall these things like an index card. Do you know what I mean? A
You sound like
Rolodex.
Doja Cat.
Sometimes my brain is like, we will pull a reference. And then other times my brain
Okay.
is like, we are a space cadet.
And that was George's with her baby
Yeah.
hair gel.
No, thank you.
Then we got plastic. Now, see, Plastic Tiara just blowing us all out of everything. She gave us some. She's always giving culture, and I love culture references. It's just, especially stuff that I'm not too familiar with. It's just amazing because they all look so great on her. And then she reveals, girl.
I mean, I just want to say, like, bitch. um, I do agree with some of the critiques that this was a weird night to day thing, that it wasn't quite like cohesive like that, like however, Plastique didn't come to play with any hoe on any runway, and
Got that right.
incredible. It's incredible looking regardless. So
It's definitely a reveal. Whatever kind.
mhm.
Just it's a reveal, okay?
Mhm.
Now then we got little daytime Roxy Andrews, oh, okay, let's do a little something something. And then what came out was this nighttime beautiful strapless dress. And she had on the jacket as a, what do you call it, a not inside out, reversible.
Yes.
It was just everything. Did I say she's my favorite? She is my favorite. She is
She's
me.
she's your favorite drag queen's favorite drag queen. That's
She
what I
is
mean.
sending me.
She's,
Okay.
yeah. Um, I agree again. I wish that Roxy had given us a few more accessories to go with this, like a purse that was maybe a sun that flipped over to a moon, or like,
Mm-hmm.
a few other things just to
Yeah.
elevate it to an all-star level. You know what I mean? Um, However, this obviously looks great, you know. I just think that
Beautiful.
there could be a little bit more, like to do the night and day transition, especially because like the gloves were black when she first walked out. You know what I mean? Like just a few little things,
Yeah, maybe turn the gloves inside out.
or like take the gloves. I don't even know. I don't know. But like I said, if there had been a purse that was maybe like a sun and then flipped over to a moon, or if there were a few accessories or something. Um, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, Roxy made this and is obviously, knows
Next we,
what she's doing.
next we got
Oh,
Nina
speaking of
Claire.
someone who doesn't,
Now just to give a little clarity, she came out in a nun outfit and it was poking out so far they knew something was under it, and it really was a little tacky. And I think they called her out on that. They called it something, but in my,
it was terrible. It looked like Sister Mary Clarence from Sister Act had all the nuns underneath her habit. I was trying to sneak them out.
toe up. So
Bulk nightmare. It didn't even look like it was fully on her. Like it was very obvious that it was literally. It's
girl, it
like,
was real
Nina,
obvious.
stop with all these like weird. Anyway, go.
It's not supposed to. We know you're gonna reveal some, but why you why you
None of
poke out on the side? But
she
yeah.
could. I mean, not that it was much better, but she could have used her lip sync reveal dresses for this runway, and it might have been a better idea.
Now, what I couldn't figure out is if both sides got pom poms, why was only one side poking out and the other side was flat?
I
I'm
don't
like,
know.
wouldn't it could have given her an illusion of like like a flared out waist. Now that would have not been so bad, if anyway, child, it was a little disaster.
This is all unnecessary. So that you can't even. You're trying to help. You're trying to help Nina out, and I commend that.
But I do like the top without all the pom pom stuff. I kind of like that bustier or whatever that's called. From the navel down, no. But
She scalped Cookie Monster and put them on her shoes.
and
Put him.
Grover and Elmo. Who else is on there with the Oscar? I see green for Oscar.
Oh my
Who's
god,
orange?
it's not good.
She got Sesame Street in the chokehold.
Went on a rampage at Sesame Street,
Whoever's orange,
collecting
she got
hides.
their ass too.
Mm-mm.
And then this was the final reveal where she said God is a drag queen. Okay. Now, if this was the reveal without this, it would have gave better.
Yes.
It was just a middleman that didn't even need to happen.
100. I agree.
Because you went from a nun to
Oh,
a
whatever.
cocktail waitress from Sesame Street to what we looking at now. Like, cut the
It's
middleman.
it's all honestly, get rid of it all. This was a fail. This was
Girl.
a runway fail, Nina. Sorry, but
Oh,
nope.
sorry. Who
Yeah,
next?
you brought
My
weird
girl
drag.
Chanel. I love Chanel. I'm liking Chanel's my number two, I think. I'm liking Chanel. It's
I feel
she's
bad
just
for
so
Chanel because
beautiful.
I feel like poor Chanel is like not doing a bad job really ever. Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean? And like is just a solid queen and in so many ways. And like I feel bad that she hasn't even had a win yet, you know, because like I don't know, like I just feel like she's done well enough that she deserves to in some way.
Yeah, she does deserve because maybe she's just not in the mix. She's just,
I
just
just think nothing
floating
has
through.
been I just think she's been like a solid like a B plus the whole way through. Do you get what I mean? Whereas like other people have had like higher and lower notes, she's just been kind of solid throughout and maybe just hasn't had enough of a high note yet. But I thoroughly enjoyed Chanel though. I have to give her props.
It's the she gives face. I mean, she is
Sure does.
beautiful. Between her and Miss Vanjie and Roxy, it's I mean they're all beautiful, but those three really have exceptional, beautiful faces when they get dolled up,
Paint,
girl. So
artistry.
at the end of all this, we had Roxy and Plastique as the winners who got their badges. Did they get two each or just one? Do you remember?
Oh, um is it they got one and then they could give it to people? No, that was the one before,
Yeah,
right?
that's the one before.
I think it's just one each because I
Okay.
think Roxy ended up winning last. Um, Roxy ended up with three, however it worked out because she was given one.
Okay. So towards the
But
end, um, this
Plastique didn't know the words. That's why she lost. She literally,
exactly,
if you don't know the words, it's a pretty good chance you're not gonna win.
exactly,
It's
and
just one of
she
those
needs to
unspoken rules.
she needs to jump on it because she did it again.
Well, I will give her this. Some people have been saying because English is a second language, you know, she came over
Mhm,
here when she was 11, I think, or something, that it is harder for people to like learn and memorize that way.
mhm.
But to your point, there have been plenty of drag queens that uh, have the same kind of challenges and have, you know, come through. But
Right,
anyway, that
but
is
this is
why,
all stars, so no, I don't
yeah,
accept that as an excuse. Sorry.
fair, fair.
All if you're giving these looks, then damn, I ain't trying to knock nobody's, I'm not trying to knock
Well,
anyone's speech issues or whatever or culture issues, but this is all stars. Your teeth need to be white. Your wigs need to be flush to the face. Makeup
your
is
lace needs to be
impeccable.
clean.
Hello. Just we should see more excellence in everything versus what we see in the drag race shows, in my opinion.
Well, I will give you that um, lip syncing is quite important because that's what you do at the end of All Stars and of Drag Race
We do it
in the
all the
regular
time.
season. And that is a huge part of what determines whether or not you win. So I do agree
Every
that
drag
it is
show
important.
is a lip sync,
Yeah. So
on and off the screen.
right. So Roxy had a full on meltdown about
Girl,
eliminating someone, which I did not really quite understand why, especially because it's not like you're sending that person home,
right? It's
Roxy.
okay,
You're
Roxy
just
girl.
stopping them from potentially winning.
And that's the whole point. At least they're staying every week. You're okay, Roxy. Stop that. Stop
Yeah, like what are you doing? This was a lot. And then this whole I'm gonna do something random. Well, what if you effed somebody over randomly? Pick the person with the most badges and move along.
that. Hello. And it was kind of cool how, they rallied with her. I thought that was very uh, uh, sympathetic and, real sisterhood of not of the traveling pants, but I thought it was real. It was, kind of cool. They're like, it's okay, girl, because it really is.
Yeah.
Maybe, I guess maybe people or folks get in their feelings. So, it's going to be a little, emotional of all of this. It's understood, but I'm like, girl, really? That's what we doing?
Yeah, it was weird. And especially because in the past, Roxy was like on season 5, Roxy was a big old bully and bullied Jinx, who ended up winning. And can be shady as hell, like but I love Roxy. I don't care. Even if she's like whatever, this chubby emotional Roxy versus the other one, like I'm here for you, baby. It's fine. I think they all like each other, which is also apparent this season. They still get into
Mhm.
it a little bit and stuff, but like I think that they are very kumbaya. So she was stressed out about that.
Right. Now let's talk more about that in the Untucked. Now they went into full blown discussion about that whole situation. I think I remember how Roxy was going back and forth with how she was selecting them when she got to Angeria, and she turned around and see who she picked blindfoldly, and Angeria, gave some comment. I think she gave it in her confessional, like, so you really didn't think you were behind me, girl? Boom. I'm like, oh, okay. We got, and Jerry's in her feelings that we've noticed because she's always getting picked. But how'd you feel about that whole discussion?
I know, like, I think one of the big things was, well, actually, I think that happened more in the beginning of season 6 where Mick called out Roxy. I mean, Angeria knows that the reason that Roxy picked her just recently is because you did it to her. And the reason you picked Roxy was because you thought that she was gonna potentially win. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't know. I think Angeria certainly didn't need to have more feelings about it. Although she said, if you had picked me again, it would have felt personal. You know what I mean? But I just thought
Mm-hmm.
the whole, like, let me randomly pick someone is dumb. Just, come up with a logical reason. Either, you know, you are blocking the person with the most badges, or you're going to block the person that you think will potentially win the next challenge if you have an idea what it might be or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, I thought that was ridiculous. Although if I were, well, it's so funny because of what happens in season or what happens in episode 6. Like
Yeah.
all of Angeria's feelings about how this are about to become not necessarily hypocritical, but topsy turvy, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think that Alec Mappa gave a really, really
Oh, I
wonderful.
love him. He is so
Yeah,
fun.
I love him too. He's great, isn't he? He's so
I miss
great.
him on TV. Oh
I
man.
wish that he would be a regular rotating judge because like I love him just as much, I love him more than I do um Ross Matthews. Um and
Mm-hmm.
I like yeah, I actually probably even like him more than Carson Kressley, but um it's all right. I still like Carson coming in on rotation.
Check this out. Can you imagine if he the what's his name, Alex Mappa, is that his
Yeah.
name? Okay,
Alec Mappa. Yeah,
Alec.
ALE. Yeah, Alec.
Can you imagine if he and T.S. Madison got together?
It'd
Oh,
be so fun. Yeah.
because they both like to crack on folks. They're both quick witted, and they are both just
Yeah.
to me they're like the same in their wit. I can that that would just be everything for me if they were just to do something together. You know, if it okay, I think it was Drag Race season 16 when TS and um, RuPaul did the DM she or whatever
Oh, yes.
on the
Mm-hmm.
DMV. That was now if Alec and TS could do something on or just do something like that, if not Drag Race something else, I think it would just I think it would go viral because they and just let them go. Just let them go because they're both very well. They're both good with ad libbing.
Yeah, that would be fun. They definitely they always need at least one challenge where they have to work with like you know how like you said with RuPaul and or the judges.
Mm-hmm.
That would be very fun. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, come on, shake it up, RuPaul's Drag Race. Give us a few more regular judges that we really love.
Okay. Okay. So we want to go into season 6, or is there something more? Episode 6, or is there something more with the?
No, I'm good. That was like
Okay.
a very like kind of typical episode 5 All-Stars challenge
Yeah.
midway point kind of episode.
Okay. So next we got for episode 6, y'all. Um, we had the voting, the roast. What was it called? The drag conventional vote roast, whatever it was called. It was uh, it was more or less on a political uh, decor where they had the podium and everything was red, white, and blue, and the whole, voting insignias and things, but they were roasting each other, not RuPaul. Well, they roast everybody, but it was mainly, their fellow drag queens that are competing, right?
Yeah.
Now, of course, 1 through 8. First, it was Chanel because she's number 1. Then it was Georges. Then it was Plastic Tiara. Then it was Chanel. And then it was Miss Vanjie. Then it was Angeria. And then it was Got Mick. And then it was Nina West, right?
Uh-huh.
So here we go. Oh, that's Roxy. Who am I looking? Wait. Who was first? Chanel. There we go. Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think she knows her color, right? Just beautiful.
This
I
looked great on stage, under the camera lights, all of
can't.
it. Yeah.
I'm
And
gagging.
Chanel
I can't.
uh did well because she was able, came on like a proper host.
Right.
I don't think she got enough credit for opening the show well.
Flawless. Flawless. Then next we had Georges who killed it. Everybody killed it. Let's just say that.
Yeah. I
But
think
mhm,
Georges was up in the top. I think there's all kinds of room for debate about, but this was really funny. And
it
especially
really
after
was.
Georges cried on the run, like about letting everybody down and like struggling, you know what I mean? So I thought this was funny. Like, yeah.
And might I add, RuPaul was cracking up. All
Yep.
you heard was RuPaul cracking up to where she had her Candace napkin dabbing in the corners to not mess up that beautiful face, makeup and all. It was just, I was rolling the whole time. I had to keep rewinding and pausing because I was laughing so hard. I may have missed something. It was hilarious. Now, beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. That's my fave. but just beautiful. She gave was like a Dolly Parton tease. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, just beautiful. I love her tats. I wonder what all that's about. I gotta see what all that's about. Beautiful, right?
Yes.
I mean, plastic tiara, just
She
now.
it's so funny with like Sailor Moon with a cigarette, and it's like where like I don't know what the combination of those two gave her this space to just really lean into being funny and not just being beautiful. But
Funny.
good for her.
Finger waves, child. I'm like, okay.
Well,
It was just
that's what you're supposed to kind of do on All Stars, right? You're supposed to be known for maybe certain things, but like be like secure enough in who you are that you'll play in other areas and surprise everybody by like how
okay.
how you show up. You know what I mean? And that's what she did.
Miss Vanjie looking good. She was
Silly. I loved her. She was very funny. The thing is, Vanjie could have been just a tad bit funnier to blow everybody away. Do you know what I mean? Like there's like when Vanjie's like in the complete element, it's like
Mhm.
so funny that nobody else compares. So, but
I,
that's okay. Vanjie did fine.
to me, the outfit was horrible. I don't know what that was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was that
Okay.
some type of
Fair.
designer or what was that?
I don't. Yeah.
It was like 8 different outfits on. Like,
Yeah.
bro, what?
No. Yeah. Yeah. Outfit
Ooh.
sabotage.
Then she had on her Mugler cat suit, giving us all the business. She gave them the business. I don't know what is it with everybody picking on Michelle. Why is she always the target?
Uh, because she's a woman, because she's, I don't, you know what I mean? She's not a drag queen. She's RuPaul's best friend. Like, and you know what, though? The thing is like her being a slut and all these things is so just not true. It's just what everybody's done joke wise for so long that it's like, that's why it's like, very easy for her to laugh. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, she's been married for like 30 years, has 2 kids. Like, so to say that like, she's been run through, it's like it's just not true.
Girl,
Um, but RuPaul loves to make those kind of jokes about her, so everybody goes with it.
good grief. Then we got Mick. She was funny too.
Yep.
With a spiked hair. And child, to close out the show, honey, it was like, wow. Um, this reminds me of that character from Bugs Bunny that was chasing bugs in the haunted mansion.
Ah!
I don't know what. Doesn't that remind you
Yeah,
with the horns like and the
yeah, that'll do.
if you know, you know. If you're old enough to remember Bugs Bunny back in the 80s,
Yep, right. I
for
know.
all the aunties and aunts who watching.
Yeah, I think our crew, the people that enjoy our banter and whatnot, they definitely have an idea.
I know you
Um,
ain't laughing.
I just Nina's choices, drag choices, just this is it's like you want to know why you don't have any shot at winning at all this season? Your drag.
Child.
I'm, uh,
Now
but
go ahead.
I'm like, but it sounds. I don't mean to hate so hard. I actually do love Nina, but yeah,
Yeah, I like her. She's a good
yeah, me too. Yeah,
sense
but
of
no,
humor and everything.
yes,
She takes everything in stride and she's
yeah,
funny.
fun camp queen.
Yeah. So the next looks coming up are I call them Mad Max Beyond drag. But what do you remember the official name?
Yes, and this is kind of what I was saying about episode 5 where I alluded to.
Hmm.
Um, it's called Atomic Blonde, and I don't think that was what
There
they
we
were
go.
originally told. I think they were told Apocalypse Blonde,
There you
honestly,
go. Must have.
or something
Must
like
have.
that. I do not think they were told Atomic Blonde in any way because none of these looks made me think like totally Atomic Blonde. Nina is the only one that kind of had a reference to that, but not 100. So I just want to say that up front. You can always kind of tell when they do that, um, because you'll just look at the runway in general and go, I don't think that was exactly their prompt because it's just obvious like this.
Right.
So
Well, let's get into it.
I think it was like Mad Max or Apocalyptic Blonde is really.
Now, this is a nice little. I love them boots. To be honest with you, like yes, girl, yes, ma'am, yes.
Kind of some
Let's be
Conan the Barbarian boots.
let's be clear. Like, okay, again, giving
Oh,
face.
so beautiful. The only thing is that like this
Woo.
outfit is very like cave woman thing or whatever, but then this hair is very Marilyn Monroe. This is very like,
Hello.
not there's a weird juxtaposition there that doesn't work for me.
Similar to what she normally does. She I mean she
Yes.
does everything so well, but yeah, I would have liked more of a destructive, but I guess she had to keep the drag, on top of everything, where I can't be out there looking too too apocalyptic. So I'm gonna give y'all some hair. She looked good. Everybody looked good pretty much. Girl,
Yeah.
Georges. Georges. Kind of, her and Plastic Tiara had a similar situation going on. But I do love the whole situation. She had the fire sparks come out of her hands, a little show and tell. She did good.
Yeah.
You didn't like it?
Um
He's like, yeah. Hmm.
no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was slightly distracted. My bad. Um I actually love this. That's why I had to like cop to the whole. I'm sorry, I let myself be distracted for a second. This is like a little Barbie. I loved it. This was like the first time I really loved a Georges runway. No
Yeah.
offense. I thought the little weed one was cute, but like I just feel like Georges always likes to wear whatever. This one was great. Go Georges. I honestly think that maybe Georges deserved to be in the top versus Plastique, you know?
Mm,
Um, but I think you could have switched them out. But she did great. This was very cute.
yes. Speaking of Plastic
Yeah.
Tiara, she had the pipes and looking like a drag versus Terminator, but she did good.
Yeah, I mean, all of her runways are impeccable, for sure.
And you know what's funny? I remember questioning um, Plain Jane sexy, everything she puts on, and here we go. Everything Plastic Tiara does is a sexy drag kitten in whatever that they want her to display. So it's becoming more and more prevalent, and like, okay, they got all kinds of different versions of drag and that fits in all sorts of categories. I'm seeing it now, especially with Plastic Tiara, because she ain't did nothing except for that episode 5 with the uh, real estate that wasn't sexy.
Yeah. And her makeup is so incredible. Like, I'm very
I
impressed. I'm
know,
impressed
right?
with like every look that, just, yeah. I mean, Plastique is, gosh, stunning. Stunning person. Like,
Really.
jeez. You know what I mean?
Next we
Man
got,
and woman and drag queen is jealous of that mug. My God.
next we got Roxy looking thicker than a snicker.
I mean, I will give her that. This is not my favorite.
She had to show her butt. She had to do a little something, something.
Yeah.
Not like Morphine Love Dion, but she had to, showcase the yams and the gams and all the A.
Right. Show the juice. The juice is loose.
Okay, I love them boots. It's
The
good.
jiggle is real.
I like these boots, child. What's really going on?
The bounce, the pop. This to me was like Cade Woman.
Definitely. Her and
So like
Chanel.
I really think that they had a different prompt than Atomic Blonde. Roxy's. Oh, and then again, I did not like this.
I was shocked that they liked it too. Like, huh?
It didn't work. Um,
Michelle
in
gave her much props. I'm like, okay, I must not know nothing.
Somebody else pointed out. I have to give credit where credit is due. That I think it was Ali Wong on the pit stop actually. That she didn't like the boots or like the socks on the dress because it messed with the lines, and I completely agree. I think this could be cool, but just a really weird overall choice look period for the runway, and I was not really a fan.
I mean, she got the blonde on deck. I mean, the hair is like,
Yeah.
ooh, yes.
This she should have dressed in like a sexy Prince vibe if you're gonna do this hair and give me Atomic Blonde. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, play with something else, but this was not it.
So are these the outfits that they packed, not made?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, and like I said, they often will adjust the runway name, or sometimes you can tell that somebody made like a last minute switch with an
Mhm.
outfit that they brought as like a spare. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
So you never know. There's a lot of behind the scenes tea to be spilled, but whatever the reason was for this choice, it's not justifiable. 'Cause I didn't love it.
And finally, we have Angeria Paris Van Michaels giving every bit of Mad Max Beyond Drag. I mean, it was she had the raccoon tails, she had everybody's fur on, and she did really good. I mean, her hair was really out there, and for the most part, everybody did good. Like I said, I wasn't too fond of Miss Vanjie's outfit, but I really like Mad Max movies. I really did, so I'm a little biased, but I think Vangeria, girl, I'm putting all the names.
Yeah.
Angeria did good. How about you?
Um, I thought we were a little close to where the wild things are. Let the wild rumpus start with the way she was kind of stomping around the runway. It was a little Muppet for me, but at the same time, um, I didn't hate it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was
Mhm.
not my favorite of the runway. Let's put it that way. But it was cool.
Mhm. I thought it was cute.
Yes.
Now, give us a little something if you can about the what I call them thumbtack. Where is my brain today? Not thumbtack. It's untucked. Now I
Unstuck
couldn't watch it
thumbtack.
because they got something else on my streaming service. I don't know what that was. Some long extended commercial, child. But anyway, please give us a little something about the Untucked episode 6.
Well, they had Bob come in to talk with the girls, which we forgot to mention that Bob opened the show
Yes,
with a
yes.
little poem and looking just snatched and beautiful. Bob came out and I was like, "Damn,
As I
Bob, look
shake
at
my neck.
you."
Look, as I shake my neck and say snizzatched.
Yes, I
Okay,
mean, ma'am, Bob served. Outfit looked great. Hair, love you.
sir.
Love to see you back on Drag Race. It's about
Me
damn
too.
time. You know, um, Bob is one of the greats. It's just
Yes.
the way that it is. Um, and he had like all kinds of Madonna riz all over him. You know what I mean?
Okay.
As the youngins say. Um,
She must have been in town.
Bob condolences to his mother as kind of
Yes,
a
condolence.
sad side note, but you and I both love sibling rivalry very much. Bob
Yes.
and Monet are just one of the best duos to come out of Drag Race, and so they have our hearts, and we know how much Miss Martha Caldwell meant to Bob and to everyone, the bobbleheads. Sibling rivalry. Bob came in and was asking a lot about what the environment was like, what's the tea, who's fighting, who's winning, what's happening, and all the girls were basically telling Bob that it was a love fest this season.
Yeah. That's
And I have to admit, I'm embarrassed to say sorry to that woman, but I stopped watching Untucked when the guest judge came in to talk to them. um, because I uh, don't know who that woman is. I probably should. I probably should have listened, but
guest
alas.
judge lady.
What?
Was she a guest judge?
Yes, was she Rudy Ho? Is that what her name? Like I felt
Oh,
so
the
embarrassed.
elderly woman.
Yes, when
Yeah,
she came
her.
in, I jumped ship. So that was where my Untucked journey ended. I wanted to see the visit with Bob. Everybody was obviously thrilled to,
Okay, we
listen.
put Bob high.
Yeah, yeah. And then she walked in, and I was like, no disrespect to you, ma'am, but I got things to do.
Charlie Brown's teacher.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, well, peace and blessings to her.
Yep.
Um, overall, it's getting good. I love how episode 6, I don't know, it may have just re-energized me into thinking how much on how I'm stumbling off my words. Let me start over. Watching episode 6 re-energized me into liking and appreciating all of what Drag Race is, pretty much because everybody did such a great job. I mean, really, everybody did a good job. A few but nothing to where it was something that we did not want to see. And I really love how I see a little difference in Allstars versus Drag Race. Allstars really steps their P up, and
Mm-hmm.
it is always exciting to watch. I really hope that they throw in a regular Snatch game, because the Snatch Game of Love to me doesn't even compare to the Snatch games that are, usual and customary. But
Yeah.
I love it. I hope they bring Alec Mappa back in some capacity. I was saying offline that if he and T.S. Madison do something together, they are just hilarious. I would love to see them do something together. But I am enjoying the season. I guess we got about 6 more left. How many episodes is in All Stars? Is it different from Drag Race?
I think we're about halfway through.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I completely agree with you in that kudos to this season for having um the judges said they think it's the first time in Drag Race history that everybody's done well on a roast. Nobody's been like glaringly flopola.
Yes.
I don't know if I can say that, with being with surety, but I will say that I certainly kudos to them because it was a solid roast. Like there really wasn't anybody that sucked. Good for them. I
Yes.
think that that's kind of one of the interesting parts about this season in general is that like everybody's pretty good. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
so, even the people that flop, they don't flop super hard, you know?
Mhm.
There's just some times where people don't necessarily live up to what everyone else is doing. Um, but I'm enjoying this season for sure. I don't know. Um, and honestly, the blocking is causing a little bit more emotionality than I could have predicted. I'm surprised, right? I'm like, you're not sending
Yes.
anybody home, Roxy. Why are you crying? That was a surprise to me. But they are drag queens, so the
And
drama is there.
Jerry is crying too, just on the opposite way of why y'all keep blocking me. But
Yes.
like Michelle said, you're good. And
Well,
that's what you have to keep in mind. You're good at what you do. So you're going to get chopped or, they're going to come after you. And that's all of them. They're all good. And that's why they're on Allstars. So it is what it is.
well, Andrea needs to hush her mouth, hush it, because she just went and blocked Roxy again. So
It's the game.
the game is afoot. That's what I'll say to you. The game is afoot,
Hello.
and Jiria made it interesting. Here we go. Until next episode.
Okay. Like you said, great, great famous words. Until next episode. Y'all, that was it. That was season 9. Still on my words again. RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars, season 9, episodes 5 and 6. With my homegirl, Psychic Erin. Let us know where we can find you, mamas.
You can check me out on Instagram at psychic_ELB. I'm also on Threads, but if you're looking for a psychic reading, hit me up in the DMs. Let me know that you came from Ray Ray all day, and I'll give you a friends and family discount.
All righty. Any other shows you're doing or?
I also pop in and out on Alexander Rogers' channel.
Oh,
But this is where we know that we are regularly reviewing RuPaul's Drag Race.
yes, I think there's some shows coming up where you guys going to be doing some reviews of looks. We can't wait for that. We all love those reviews of looks and people's outfits and how bad they look and how gross and how good they look too. So we cannot wait for that. That is, like you said, on Alexander Rogers' channel. Check out and find him on YouTube and all that good jazz. And again, y'all, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week with episode 7. And like, comment, subscribe, and share. And that's the outro. Bye. Ray, Ray.